Hey, welcome back. If you watched part 1, thank you, seriously. If you didn't, quick catch up. Turns out there was never one single caveman diet. Your ancestors ate whatever the land handed them, and it kept changing its mind. Today we're picking up right where that left off, because honestly, the weirdest part didn't even make it into the first video. This one's part 2. Should be quick, easy to follow. Hope you like it. So here's a question nobody really asks. If your ancestors' diet was always shifting depending on season and location, what were humans actually built to eat? Like, is there a correct answer buried in there somewhere? Evolutionary biologist Marlene Zuk says, kind of, no. Not the answer people want. In her research, Zuk argues the whole idea of one ideal ancestral diet waiting to be rediscovered is basically a myth. And honestly, a pretty profitable one for anyone selling a diet book with a spear on the cover. Evolution doesn't freeze a species at some perfect moment and go, great, done, that's the final version. It keeps moving, constantly, even now. And here's the part that really gets me. It didn't slow down once farming started. It sped up. Take milk, since it's the clearest example anyone's got. 10,000 years ago, drinking milk as an adult would have made almost everyone violently regret their choices. The gene that digests milk sugar usually switched off after childhood. Then some populations started keeping cattle, and a mutation that kept the gene switched on turned into a massive advantage. More calories, better odds of surviving a rough season. That mutation spread fast. And here's the twist nobody mentions. It didn't spread the same way everywhere. Researcher Sarah Tishkoff studied this in East African herding communities and found their version of the mutation is completely different from the European one. Two separate populations on two separate continents ran into the exact same problem and independently evolved two different genetic fixes, which is either an incredible coincidence or proof that milk was worth fighting biology for, twice, on two continents, without either group knowing the other existed. So if you can drink a glass of milk right now without your stomach filing a formal complaint, that's not some ancient birthright. That's a genetic upgrade younger than farming itself. And depending on where your ancestors are from, it's a completely different upgrade than the person sitting next to you. Which brings up the real question behind all of this. If there's no perfect ancestral diet and evolution never actually stopped, what's the point of even looking backward for answers? Well, one more thing worth knowing before we wrap this up. Remember from part 1 how cooking food probably helped grow a bigger brain? Turns out there's an actual trade-off behind that, and it's kind of a weird one. Researchers Leslie Aiello and Peter Wheeler proposed something called the expensive tissue hypothesis, which sounds like an insult but is actually just biology. Your gut is expensive to run. It burns a lot of energy just digesting food. Once cooking made digestion easier, the body didn't need such a big, energy-hungry gut anymore. So, over generations, the gut shrank. And the energy that used to go there had to go somewhere else. A lot of it went to your brain. Which means, technically, you have a smaller gut and a bigger brain than your ancestors. Because someone, a very long time ago, got tired of chewing raw roots for 6 hours a day. That's the actual trade you're running on right now. Small stomach, big brain, and a permanent inability to eat like it's 2 million years ago without regretting it immediately. Maybe the point isn't finding the one right diet at all. Maybe it's noticing that the trait that actually got you here wasn't a food. It was the willingness to keep adjusting when the old answer stopped working. Which, if you think about it, is a pretty good excuse to stop feeling guilty about changing your mind at the grocery store. So that's part 2. No caveman diet, no golden age. Just 10,000 years of humans quietly figuring it out as they went. Same as you're doing right now. Thanks for sticking around for this one. If you've got a topic you want explained next, drop it in the comments. I actually read them. See you in the next video.